Greetings roller coaster fanatics, and welcome out to the first ever Fanatic reviews of 2019. And why not start it off with a brand new credit at my home park, Firebird. Alrighty, Firebird is located at Six Flags America. Now, fun little fact, this ride hasn't even officially opened yet. It will not officially open until May 17th of 2019, but I was able to visit during the membership exclusive access, where basically Six Flags members were able to ride the coaster before anybody else was able to. So that was really cool. So not only has it really opened yet, this is not really a brand new roller coaster, as this is a conversion of an old stand-up roller coaster, Apocalypse, which opened back in 2012, and that wasn't even when it officially opened. It actually officially opened in 1990 as B&M's first ever roller coaster as Iron Wolf up in Illinois at Six Flags Great America. So of course that stayed at Six Flags Great America, then it was removed and put over to Six Flags America in 2012 where it became Apocalypse, and then in 2018 they closed it off so that they could take off the stand-up trains and put in the floorless trains. So let's just jump into the stats real quick, and then we'll kind of jump into the layout, and then we'll get to my overall thoughts about Firebird. So it has a 100-foot tall height with a 90-foot tall drop, and it reaches maximum speeds of 55 miles per hour, and the total track length is just shy of 3,000 feet, 2,900 feet to be exact. And there are a total of 2 inversions on this ride, a vertical loop and a corkscrew. Now, the layout is exactly the same as Apocalypse The Last Stand. It took a left turn around into the lift hill, it did a left turn drop into a vertical loop, and then it did a right turn around and then dropped into a leftward helix. It went into some straight track where usually there'd be a mid-course brake run, but there isn't on this one. Then it drops down into a corkscrew and then goes into a twister section, and that's basically your ride. It's exactly the same as Apocalypse. The only difference is now you're on floorless trains instead of stand-up trains. So what are my thoughts on this? I absolutely love this ride. This ride is awesome. Let's talk about the theming a little bit, because I know a lot of people are a little bit upset that you don't get as much theming with this coaster as you do with Apocalypse. Now, I understand that, and that's up to you guys and your decisions, because themings vary for different people. Now, with this one, there's some nice detail. First of all, the color scheme is awesome. That orange and red with the dark gray pops. It is beautiful. Plus, with the trains that are yellow and red, you can really kind of see that this is a Firebird, and it really shows. You also have a really nice sign, and when it's at night, it illuminates, and it is beautiful. It is awesome. Now, there's some little bit of detail, as in where there used to be a ball of fire in Apocalypse. They brought that back with Firebird with a little bit of rock work, and what's also, and it kind of almost is in a setting like you're in Arizona almost, because they still have the old rock work where there used to be a plane, and now you got the new rock work, which makes you almost feel like you're in a desert, which makes sense, Firebird, so that's kind of cool. And what's also really cool is that on the new rock work, there's a symbol of the Firebird on there, which is really cool as well. So overall, this ride is awesome. This is exactly what the park needed. A nice, intense roller coaster that goes upside down. It is awesome. This ride is intense. You feel the G's. I actually had to ride it a couple times and then wait a second and then get back on, because I could really feel the G's after I rode. You can really feel them during the twister section, during the corkscrew, and right at the bottom of both before the vertical loop and after the vertical loop. Oh my gosh, this thing is intense. It is awesome. What's also really cool is you get some nice pops of airtime. If you're in the back row, you can slightly feel it on the drop. You get a nice little pop of floater as you're coming out of the turnaround into the leftward helix. And then after the straight section and going into the drop, you kind of come out of your seat with some nice little floater airtime. And there's also one more set of floater airtime, but I was only able to experience it in the back row, left seat, and it was the twist right before the fire. And I really felt like I was out of my seat there, which was really cool. So there's a kind of mix of both. Of course, this is more about the G's than the airtime, but it's nice that that is still provided. Now, keep in mind that this originally was built back in 1990, so the trains still jostle with the track, and it unfortunately still does with this. Now, if you're in the back row, it's going to be more bearable, and it's actually, you're not going to really experience a lot of jostling if you're in the back row. If you're in the front row, yeah, you could really feel the jostling happening, but I will admit, this is still a smooth ride. It's not vibrating across the track. There's just some jostling with the trains here and there because of its age. So I would say this is a pretty solid ride, pretty smooth, really intense, and just overall really fun. It's also really cool to note that when the floors drop, you can't hear them. It is the quietest floors dropping I've ever heard. It is amazing. So those are basically my overall thoughts of Firebird. Overall solid, awesome, I absolutely love it. I'm going to give Firebird at Six Flags America a B. Like I said, solid ride, absolutely love it. Still some jostling here and there, but so much better than Apocalypse because now you no longer have to feel all the G-forces on your legs. Now, I did say that this is a new credit at the beginning of the video. I wanted to say at the end of the video, I know some people will disagree with that, and that's totally fine. If you disagree that this is not really a new credit, that's fine. I consider new credit because it's a completely different experience. We went from an actual stand-up train to now floorless, and a floorless experience is totally different from a stand-up coaster. Anybody that has ridden it to can definitely agree that they have different experiences, despite the fact that this one has the very exact same layout. But it also has a new name, so for me, I'm going to call it new credit, just like how people call RMC coasters a new credit, even though technically they're not brand new coasters. They just took a different layout, a slightly different layout from an original coaster. So that's going to do it for Firebird at Six Flags America. If you guys have ridden it, what are your thoughts on it? And comment below if you want to ride this too. And let me know what you think of Firebird at Six Flags America. Thanks for watching, and as always, roller coaster fanatics, keep coasting.